Welcome back to some more battles. We are in the Jungle Cup as the leagues have rotated, and today we're going to be using the Crustle paired with the Dunsparce and the Spiritomb. So, not a great league. We go into the Dunsparce. We get met with a Whimsicott. Interesting. So, we are going to throw some neutral rock slides through. Looks like our opponent does go for the Moonblast. Moonblast doesn't quite KO, but we get to another rock slide and we do grab a shield, so that is pretty nice. Looks like our opponent does throw some energy before we get to the next move, and we're just going to go straight into our backline. So Spiritomb into the Talonflame. We have two shields to protect ourselves, and we're just going to throw this Rock Tomb here before they get to their next move. Probably going to get a shield. Yep. And now we just got to make a choice. Do we want to shield here or let this go? We decide to shield, and it looks like we do get the farm down. That's not bad, but our opponent snipes our energy with the Whimsicott, and the Whimsicott is going to switch out after we reveal our Crustle. Crustle does have Rock Wrecker, which totally annihilates the Golisopod. And now the Whimsicott has to get to at least two moves. That first Seed Bomb is okay damage, but that means that we can get to another X-Scissor before they reach another move. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with the Crustle at the end. Funny how we lead with it and close with it with this particular lineup. So we are running a team that is ABA. We have a Bug, Normal, and the Ghost. But what I think about is the Spiritomb is kind of a flyer answer, sort of like the Crustle. All right, so this switch in here is very interesting, as it's not actually a good answer for this Dunsparce. This Dunsparce is going to be able to throw some super effective draw runs. We decided one show farm down, and our opponent reveals the Trevenant. So we're going to fire off one Rock Slide to chip away at their health, and then we're going to swap out into the Spiritomb. We know that this is only Seed Bomb, and that's exactly the case. This, however, is problematic because they are going to be able to reach the moon to take out our Spiritomb. We have one move on our Dunsparce, but they have some shields to hide behind. So this is the move. We have to call a move, and unfortunately for us, they go for the Blast Burn and take us out. So GG's to our opponent. Looks like the Dunsparce probably needed to save that energy before switching back out. Okay, so we're gonna go into the Dunsparce. They swap immediately into their Tentacruel as well. So they are hinting that their Sableye maybe isn't a great answer to our front, and or they maybe have an ABB team, right? So it looks like our opponent is going to throw some energy here. Let's see what they throw. Oh, they go for the Acid Spray, and that is not effective to our Crustle. We are going to tank this move just fine because we really didn't want the Crustle onto the Sableye, and now we have Spiritomb into the Sableye. Both of us are doing a decent amount of fast move damage, but we are going to hide behind two shields. We get to this Rock Tomb, and it ends up taking out their Sableye. So now we know why they swapped out, because they had double poisons in the back, and they wanted to bait out, I don't know, like a potential electric or even ground type. And now we're going to see if they want to shield. They do, and it looks like this Toxapex here is going to have to try to win this game, but we get to this Rock Tomb. This Rock Tomb will KO from that range, and it looks like our opponent doesn't want any part of that anymore because they don't have any way to really farm us down with our fast moves, as we resist their poison fast moves. Next, let's see what we find. We have the Crustle into the Marowak. Shadow Marowak It's going to be tricky to deal with. We are going to be able to fight back with some neutral X Scissor. So it does a decent amount of damage. And now we're going to have to call a bait here. But they go for the Rock Slide. So that means that we can farm down with our Spiritomb. Spiritomb gets met with a Golisopod. And this Golisopod is, I believe, running the Shadow Claw version. So they were able to deal a decent amount of damage. But we get a shield. They decide to throw energy, even though they are debuffed, indicating maybe they don't want to see this Dunsparce in the back. So, yep, that's exactly the case. We are going to have 2 shields for this Drifblim if they decide to keep it. Maybe they just sack it. Let's see. We are going to fire off this next Rock Slide and it will KO. And they do indeed sack the Drifblim. And now we're just going to force them to throw some energy. We have a shield to hide behind, so we are definitely going to shield. This is going to be, yeah, it's going to be tough for them because they are running Shadow Claw. They have no way to really farm us down. And they would need to get to 2 moves before we get to the next move, as we basically are doing super effective fast move and charge moves. Okay, not the best lead. Oh, however, it was a Volt Switch version, so it wasn't as bad. In hindsight, we could have stayed in, but let's see what they have for us. We are going to have to be debuffed for our switch timer here. But looks like our opponent is staying in. So, okay, looks like our opponent is going to just switch into their Shadow Marowak. And now we have to take advantage of the misaligned switch timers. We decide that Double Shield Spiritomb is going to be our win condition, as we're just going to send it right here. This Shadow Ball, it does get shielded, unfortunately. And that means that they're going to be able to take us out. We're going to have to go in here with the Crustle. The Crustle does get met with the Fortress. It's going to be running the Rock Tomb, and we're just going to tank it and dip out of there. This Dunsparce here will get the KO or grab the shield. Okay, they decided to just come back in with their Marrow to sack it, I guess. Yeah. Oh, and it's another electric type. And unfortunately, our Crustle is so low, and they still have the shield to hide behind. So there's no way we win this one. So GG's to our opponents. Check out the team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.